the COVID has come as a big surprise, and different schools have reacted differently. We know a lot of schools have offered deferrals. We know a lot of people have cancelled their admissions. Some schools have been a little more flexible. Some schools have not been able to, remold themselves. How has ESA been able to, react to the whole COVID challenge that has come, both for the incoming classes and for the people who will be applying next year? If Akshay, if you, I could get your views on this, and then probably Amber could add on to that.
Yeah, so I think obviously the school has been extremely accommodating from that perspective. I think one big realization that everybody does understand is the in-person experience, which is a big part of the MBA. I think that is one big aspect that the school has dealt with brilliantly, that they have pushed the program by a month and have still ensured that all classes, in-person classes, particularly it being a case format, are all in person. I think that is the biggest win of their decision, because I think it doesn't you don't compromise on the in-person case experience, which is basically the whole and soul and the essence of the program. And the second thing I would highlight is the continuous communication. I think one big thing during a pandemic like this is the uncertainty and the anxiety that it causes among students. So the biggest relief in a situation like this is if the school ensures continuous communication, keeps you in the loop, just puts a hand around your shoulder by saying we are there. And I think ESA has done that and more.
Great. I think that's quite encouraging for the people who will be looking at ESA to hear that the school has been very supportive. Amber, do you have something to add to the response that ESA has shown for COVID, or maybe from whatever you've read, whatever you keep speaking to different incoming MBAs, how do you see the coming application cycle for the people? Because we know a lot of the seats, we've all read articles, have been already reserved from the current intakes for the next year. How do you see all this panning out for the people who will be applying this year?
It's definitely going to be hard. If you're applying next year or this year or for the next intake or 2 years after that, there is going to be a higher number of people applying. The difficulty of getting into a school will compound because it's classical. During recession, during pandemic is of course the first time we've seen this, at least in our lifetimes, and hopefully the last time. It is something that is going to be very difficult for the incoming batch or the batch that is applying, because a lot of things will change, a lot of things will evolve. I won't be surprised that if you are working in a field that has been impacted by COVID, or probably you're working in a field where you have been able to create an impact on the fight against COVID, will start showing up more in the interviews, will start showing up more in the essays that you write, maybe in the resume. Beyond that, I would say regarding the question you asked about how things will carry forward, the classes might. So that yes, some schools have offered deferrals, so that does reduce the number of effective seats. Again, this could definitely be my understanding of the situation. I really don't know how things will pan out with this round of applications, but my understanding, based on the people I've been talking to from various schools, is because you have a major number of people getting deferrals, chances are that your percentage is just a numbers game. So it's just going to be harder now because you're vying and fighting for even fewer seats. Regarding ESA response, there are two things. I really love how Akshay put it as hand on the shoulder. So this is something that ESA has time and time again mentioned, and many schools do, that they don't see you as clients, but they see you as students who deserve an experience that is unparalleled in all its senses, and they will not undermine it because of the crisis. So that is no longer just a statement. They're living up to that. They're not treating us just as a client. It's not transactional. It's a very invested relationship they have in our success, which is something that's just reinforcing my decision. And I'm glad that I'm picking ESA. And the second thing is, and I spoke about the diversity of the classroom, the school understands that there are about 30%, of course, are Europeans. Then you have people from the Americas, Africa, Asia Pacific. They are being extremely flexible in accommodating each different subset. So they know for a fact that the situation in the Americas is different, and countries can be different. In Asia, different countries are facing different issues. So they don't have a one-size-fits-all philosophy. They're being extremely flexible. The local or national, regional admissions directors are really getting on calls with us. They're acting as friends and not just as admissions directors anymore. And I think I love that response. This makes me feel that it's a very personalized approach that the school has taken. And I think I would absolutely recommend everybody to factor these things. And in times of crisis, how a school responds should definitely factor into your decision making when you apply to schools next year.